The word prana, there is no equivalent word in English, but we can say it's the vital energy. That which we call as the life energy is prana. Prana has 10 different manifestations in the body, but for the sake of understanding, we'll bring it down to 5. These 5 are referred to as 5 vayus or panchavayus. This is pranavayu, samanavayu, udhanavayu, apana and vyana. They're in charge of different dimensions of what happens in this human mechanism. How your body functions, how your mind functions, how the whole physiological framework, this human mechanism, how it functions, is determined by this energy. This is an energy, it is an intelligent energy in the sense it carries a certain amount of memory. The karmic memory of the individual person is imprinted on this energy, so in each person, the prana functions in a different manner. This is an intelligent energy where a certain amount of imprint is there. Because of that, it functions in a specific manner in an individual. If one has a certain mastery over these 5 vayus, there is no such thing as physical ailment or particularly psychological ailment is out of question. As I said, they have an intelligence of their own, each one of them. Either during birth, after conception, how they enter the newborn and how they leave the dead. In this, it clearly displays it has an intelligence of its own. The spine, we call it Merudhanda. Merudhanda means it is the axis of the universe. Within the spine, if you know the physical construction of the spine, you would know there are 2 holes on either side of the spine, which is like a conduit pipe for all the nerves to pass. This is the Ida and the Pingala, the right and the left channels, which represents the dualities of the creation, which are connected to 2 parts of the brain. In the Far Eastern terms, they call it yin and yang, or in traditional Hindu terms, they call it Shiva and Shakti. It's called by various names. Fundamentally, the 2 dualities of the existence, which is the basis of the physical reality. Beyond this, there is a central space, it's an empty space flowing through. In the spinal cord, there is an empty space. This is the Sushumna. Now, bringing a balance between these 2 will establish you well in this life. It'll make you effective in the world. It'll make you handle life aspects well. Fundamentally, Sushumna is attributeless. It has no quality of its own. It is like empty space. Empty space is there, you can create anything you want, isn't it? So, once energies enter into Sushumna, we say, you will attain to vairagya. Vairagya means, raga means color, vairag means no color. No color means you have become transparent. If you have become transparent, the advantage of being transparent is, right now, if what's behind me is red, I turn red too. If what's behind me is blue, I turn blue too. Unprejudiced. Wherever you are, you become a part of that, but nothing sticks to you. Anywhere you go, if you are among red people, you can be totally red, but the redness doesn't stick to you for a moment. You're red because you're transparent. Wherever you go, you become that, but nothing sticks to you. Only if you're like this, only if you're in a state of vairag, then you will dare to explore all dimensions of life when you live here. If any color sticks to you, then if red has stuck to you, you will resist going into the green. If green has stuck to you, you'll resist going into the blue. Whatever sticks to you, you will resist going into the next one,
because you develop this prejudice of this is right, this is wrong, this is okay, that is not okay, it will restrict the flow of life. Spine is the root. So, when you do the Kriya or when you… generally in your life, except for sleeping postures, it's good to keep the spine erect. That itself will do many things to you, many things.
In the pranic system, we talked about the 72,000 nadis. These 72,000 nadis have 114 important junction points in the body. Like in this building, the electrical systems are running, there are many junction points where major meeting of connections are happening. There are 114 junction points in the body. Generally, these are referred to as chakras. The word chakra literally means a wheel. But these are not in the form of circles or wheels. They always meet in the form of a triangle. The whole yogic system depends on what you do with them. So out of this 114, 7 are held as major junction points. So these are the 7 chakras that everybody is normally talking about. These are Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipuraka, Anahata, Vishuddhi, Agna, Sahasrara. Muladhara means the foundation. This is a center which is located between your anal outlet and your genital organ. If your energies are dominant in your Muladhara, food and sleep will be the 2 major qualities of your life. They will be the most important factors in your life, food and sleep. If your energies are dominant in your Swadhisthana, which is located above your genital organ, here you will be a pleasure seeker. Pleasure does not necessarily mean sex and things like that. You are somebody who wants to enjoy the world. That's dominant in you. So a person who is a pleasure seeker, he lives little more intensely than a person who is living just for food and sleep. Yes? So these are just different levels of intensities of life. As the intensity increases, your ability to experience different dimensions of life moves from one area of life to another. If your energies move into Manipuraka, or if they're more dominant in Manipuraka, you are a doer in the world. You want to do things. Maybe you're a businessman, maybe you're a politician or something where a lot of doing is needed, You're a doer. If energies move into Anahata, this is the creative center, you become a creative person. Maybe you're an artist or at least you have tendencies, there is creativity in you. A person, let's say an artist, generally their lives may be considered a little freaky for other people, but they experience life little more intensely than, let's say, a businessman. Yes? It's a different level of intensity. The word anahata means unstruck. This is the unstruck sound. This is a meeting between the lower and the higher. All your survival instincts are in the lower 3 chakras. Self-preservation is in Manipuraka, Swadhisthana and Muladhara. The longing to break away from all this and go away beyond is in Vishuddhi, Agna and Sahasrara. Anahata is the meeting point. So Anahata, the symbolism is 2 triangles meeting. You've seen that, the Star of David, okay, that is the symbol for Anahata, 2 upward moving and downward moving triangles meeting because these are 2 different dimensions of life. One is catering to self-preservation, another is catering to the longing to go beyond. In your head and your heart, you have longings to go beyond, but in your body you have longings to preserve. So if energies move into Vishuddhi, it's a power center, you can become enormously powerful, very powerful individuals. When I say power, not necessarily physical or financial or something, people can be powerful in so many ways. Just the very way they stand, some people are powerful, some people are not, isn't it? Yes? So you don't have to do any action. You make 10 men stand here. The very way they stand,
Some men are powerful, some aren't, isn't it so? It's not necessarily because of their activity, just the way they are. They don't have to pose for anything, just simply the way they are, there is power about them. If your energies move into Agna, you are intellectually realized, you see things clearly, you see everything the way it is. Once you begin to see everything the way it is, you are at peace. So Agna is called as the third eye because you see things the way they are. With these two eyes are very deceptive. They make you see things the way it is necessary for your survival. They don't allow you to see everything the way it is. Once your energies touch Agna, now you're seeing things the way they are, everything the way it is. Now, that is why it is referred to as a third eye. Sahasrara is the seventh chakra that is not in the body, just outside the body. But most people, it is dormant, it is not active. If some sadhana comes into your life, if you activate it in a certain way, or because of a very intense way of living, it can become active. If your energies touch your Sahasrara, the topmost chakra, you will become ecstatic like for no reason. Simply you're ecstatic. You don't need any external stimulus. Nobody is telling you beautiful things, nor did you win a lottery, nothing. Simply you're ecstatic, just blowing like that, because your energies have hit the Sahasrara.